This is Bill Lane for TimesNews.net. We're fortunate to have with us today J. Craft Lefty Akard, former superintendent of schools in Sullivan County, and we remember him also as a baseball pitcher. He was a marathon man, Ironman. He could pitch 17-inning games, and we're going to have him share with us some of his experiences in sports.
Well, in high school, I'm 93 years old now, but I went to Holston High School and played baseball and basketball there, and graduated in 1934, and went to Emory and Henry College, and I didn't go on any scholarship, athletic scholarship the first year because I didn't have football in high school. But after my first year at Emory, I was played basketball and baseball, and took care of all my expenses. And I was captain of baseball and co-captain of basketball when I was at Emory and Henry College, and I'm in the basketball and baseball Hall of Fame at Emory and Henry College. When I graduated in 1938, I coached basketball at Bluff City, boys and girls basketball, and then coached at Sullivan High. Well, I was coached 2 years at Old Sullivan High, has been discontinued, and then I was principal the last year, and then I became superintendent of schools of Sullivan County, and I had to run on a political ticket every 4 years. I was re-elected. I was elected 6 times and resigned after 23 years as superintendent of schools, and I took a job with the Tennessee Education Association for 8 years. And my job was to visit the schools in 5 counties in the upper end of East Tennessee. And then I resigned after 8 years doing that, and served one term in the legislature. I wasn't interested in one term. I wanted to see what it was like. And then I retired from that, only one term. And then for 9 years, I delivered meals 3 days a week, 40 to 50 mile route in Sullivan County, and I was in a car wreck until about how many years ago, Margaret? When I resigned,
you were 82.
When I had a bad car wreck. 82. I was 82 years old. And that pretty well covers. In baseball, I didn't intend to play, and the Johnson City baseball team was owned by the St. Louis Cardinals, and I had a college classmate that was playing with them, and their ace pitcher got hurt, and he said, "Well, I know a young man that went to Emory and Henry College that could play for you," and I won 4 games, and then the player that was on with the St. Louis Cardinals, he got well, and they said they couldn't keep him because I hadn't been scouted. So they sold me to Newport, Tennessee, and I played down there several months, and then they sold me to Portsmouth, Virginia, and I went to Portsmouth, Virginia, and played the rest of the year, and then I had to give it up because I wasn't married at that time. My mother was an invalid, and there's no one to stay to her. And I started playing in Kingsport in 1941. I played 4 games and got hurt sliding into second base. I won 4 games, and then I was out that year. Then I may be wrong on 1 year, my first year there. Anyway, I was a regular at Kingsport, and my my second year there, I had a 20-1 record. Lost one game, and I gave up baseball, and I was still superintendent of schools at that time, and I served as superintendent of schools for a good many years, and then retired, and I guess that's it.
What was the secret to your success as a pitcher? You won a lot of ball games.
I had control, and I was taught in college by a former major league ball player that it's not your arm gives out, it's your feet. So I practiced when I wasn't pitching running, and I was able to pitch. Now the question you asked me was
Your success is with control, and then too.
I had good control as a left-handed pitcher. I very seldom walked anyone. I threw sidearm to left-handed batters and overhanded to right-handed batters, and I had success at that. Had good control, and as I said, my best record was 20-1. Lost one game.
And what kind of stuff did you have? Did you have a drop on the ball or a curve?
Well, I had a sidearm curve that I used against left-handers, and overhanded, my ball would break to the left. Now there's a name for it when you ball curves in that direction, but I can't call it at the present time. But I got by on control more than anything else. But I struck out quite a number of men, but I didn't have as many pitches as a lot of pitchers have because I didn't walk any. And if you don't walk any, you don't throw as many balls.
And the games moved a little faster then. The games moved along faster then, for the batters weren't able to step out of the box.
Yes, the games are much longer today than they were then because now they step out on every pitch and change their gloves and walk around. That time they had to have a reason to step out of base, and I would catch them off. I would throw the ball to first base. If they had a man on first base, I'd throw it over there if they weren't 2 feet off the base, and I'd tell the first baseman to throw it back to me, and I was facing first base, and being left-handed pitcher, all I had to do when I got the ball back was draw my arms together and then pitch home, and I'd catch the batter off base. He wasn't expecting me to throw the ball to him, and that was a big help to me. And by not walking any men, very seldom I walked any, I didn't have to throw as many pitches.